On March 23, 2021, the Ever Given, which was a massive container ship lodged in the Suez Canal, caused significant disruption to global trade. This incident has sparked interest in the story behind the ship's journey and its impact on the world's most crucial waterway. The event garnered global attention and substantially affected supply chains, maritime logistics, and international trade. The event revealed weaknesses in supply networks and marine operations, significantly impacting global trade. Captain Krishnan Kanthaval witnessed a breathtaking sight over the Red Sea as the sun emerged from the horizon. The winds in the Egyptian desert were fierce, reaching over 40 miles per hour. As a result, the sky took on a pale yellow hue. From his vantage point position atop the bridge, he could make out the 19 other ships anchored in Suez Bay, patiently waiting for their turn to enter the narrow waterway leading to the Mediterranean. March 23, 2021, marked an important day for Kanthaval's container ship as it embarked on its journey through the Suez Canal, joining a prestigious group of vessels heading north. His contribution stood out as one of the most significant in the industry. Just a few years out of the shipyard, it was considered one of the most valuable and modern. The ship's stern proudly displayed the name Ever Given in bold block letters, creating a striking contrast against its forest green hull. Shortly after the morning, a small boat carrying the local pilot who would guide the ship for the 12-hour voyage between the seas approached. Occasionally, traversing the Suez Canal can be quite anxiety-inducing. The passage is shallow, measuring only 24 meters in depth and only partially 200 meters wide. This saves significant time, eliminating the need for a 3-week detour around Africa. On the other hand, contemporary ships are massive and constantly increasing. The Ever Given stretches an impressive 400 meters from bow to stern, measuring about 60 meters in width. It's nearly as long as the Empire State Building and takes up most of the breadth of a Manhattan city block. On its journey from Malaysia to the Netherlands, the ship was loaded with an impressive 17,600 containers, each bursting with vibrant colors. Only a short distance would separate its keel from the canal's bottom. There needed to be more room for air with it. Shoei Kisen Kaisha Limited is a proud owner of the Panama-flagged container ship Ever Given, which Evergreen Marine Corporation expertly operates. This massive container ship is impressive, measuring over 1,300 feet in length and 193 feet in width. With its immense capacity to hold over 20,000 cargo, it is one of the largest ships in the world. While making its way from the Chinese port of Yanshan to the Netherlands, the Ever Given encountered challenging weather conditions, including a sandstorm and strong winds that limited visibility. Unfortunately, these conditions caused the ship to run aground in the narrow Suez Canal passageway. As a result of the grounding of the Ever Given, the Suez Canal, which serves as a vital trade route connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea and providing a convenient shortcut for ships traveling between Europe and Asia, became completely obstructed. Approximately 12% of the total daily traffic passes through the canal. As a result, a significant accumulation of boats, including bulk carriers, oil tankers, and container ships, were waiting to pass due to the blockade. Supply chains faced significant disruptions and shortages, leading to a halt in the flow of commodities and goods, impacting various sectors on a global scale. Significant efforts were undertaken to dislodge the Ever Given and restore navigation in the Suez Canal following its grounding. The vessel was successfully recovered from the sandy banks of the canal after a dedicated 24-hour operation involving tugboats, dredgers, and salvage teams. The ship's massive proportions and the canal's narrowness posed significant challenges. Multiple efforts were made to mobilize the boat using hydraulic tools and taking advantage of high tides, but the process could have been more proactive and reliable. In June, nearly 5% of the worldwide container fleet awaited shipping from a port. When lines are longer, there is a decrease in the number of containers available for new orders. Consequently, there is an increase in prices. According to supply chain advisor Drury, freight charges are 3 times higher than the past 5 years' average. For instance, A 40-foot container shipped by sea from Shanghai to Rotterdam costs a staggering $10,522. Diego Pantoja Navajas holds a prominent position as the Vice President of Oracle's technology company's warehouse management software development division. The closure of the Suez Canal resulted in significant disruptions and congestion. In the 19th century, much of the physical infrastructure we rely on today was built to accommodate growing demand. While our technology and response times continue to improve, we are still limited by the physical environment, which can only be modified gradually. However, the concerns extend beyond increasing costs. Production is facing challenges due to the vulnerability of supply chains, which have been further exacerbated by the incident involving the Ever Given. Pantoja Navajas highlights that the current global shortage of silicon chips significantly impacts the automotive industry. It is estimated that nearly 3 million cars will not be produced this year, resulting in substantial financial losses for the sector. As a result of the obstruction, the production of several products came to a halt. Like many other industries, electronics have been significantly affected and have faced delays. The shipping industry has become more vulnerable to both artificial and natural disasters and geopolitical events, regardless of their location on Earth, due to globalization. Several major international ports face closures or reduced capacity due to recent COVID outbreaks in southern China. Yaqian is one of the largest container terminals globally and is crucial in facilitating exports to North America and Europe. Just like the Ever Given incident, these closures are bound to have a global impact and will soon affect us here. We are exploring the production hub of the world. The Suez Canal blockade had a significant impact on global trade and logistics. It resulted in delays in the delivery of goods and materials, increased shipping costs, and disruptions to supply chains by affecting maritime transportation routes. Price fluctuations were observed in commodities such as oil and gas, causing significant challenges for industries like manufacturing and retail that rely on efficient inventory management. The many ships waiting to navigate through the canal significantly affected global port operations and container handling capacities. After days of relentless efforts, the Ever Given was finally refloated on March 29, 2021. Through the perfect alignment of tidal conditions, the salvage teams, tugboats, and dredgers worked together seamlessly to free the ship. After the vessel was successfully refloated and safely managed, maritime travel through the Suez Canal gradually resumed as authorities worked to reduce the backlog of boats awaiting transit. Reopening the canal alleviated some immediate pressure on international supply systems, but it had lasting implications for trade and naval logistics. After the incident, investigations were conducted to determine the causes of the grounding and assess liability for any resulting damages. Discussions and legal disputes arose due to the Suez Canal Authority's initial request for compensation from the ship's owners for the damages incurred during the blockade. Concerns were raised about pilotage practices, navigational safety rules, and the effectiveness of risk management strategies in the marine sector. The incident highlighted the importance of holding maritime operations accountable and ensuring transparency. This has led to demands for reforms to prevent similar disruptions from occurring again. Ultimately, the grounding of the Ever Given served as a stark reminder for global commerce networks and the maritime industry, prompting a reassessment of risk management protocols and contingency measures. The video highlighted the vulnerability of supply networks to disruptions and emphasized the importance of adaptability and resilience in dealing with unexpected situations. The valuable takeaways from the incident were enhanced navigational safety protocols, heightened training for pilots and ship personnel, and strengthened stakeholder collaboration in managing marine emergencies. The disaster also sparked discussions about the potential risks associated with container ships' increasing size and complexity, as well as the need for more stringent regulations to ensure their safe operation. The Ever Given incident was a stark reminder of the intricate connections within the global economy and the fragility of the institutions that uphold it. The events surrounding the Ever Given incident highlighted the fragility of global trade networks and emphasized the significance of swift recovery from setbacks. As various parties reassess their strategies for managing risk and enhancing their emergency plans, the story of Ever Given serves as a powerful testament to the triumph of human ingenuity in the face of adversity.